floor. Fernando with a one-handed dunk. Orcel leaves it for the trailer. Fernando underneath for his other big man, Jalen Smith. The big smile for Fernando. Right around Harden. How about that move by Bruno Fernando?
That looked like Hakeem the Dream right there.
He is among the Big Ten Conference leaders in rebounds, shots blocked, and field goal percentage. He was also recently named one of 10 finalists for this year's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, which goes to the nation's top college center. He is Bruno Fernando, Maryland sophomore big man who joins us now on BTN Live. All right, Bruno, let's start with you as an individual, not a basketball player. You're originally from Angola. Tell me about the transition. How did your move from Angola to the U.S. get started?
It started off with basketball. First, I got a chance to play for the national team at the age of 16. We played in Madagascar for the African Championship Tournament for the U16. And we won a tournament. We qualified for the World Championship Tournament in Dubai in U17. So I had a chance to also play there, which our schedule helped us because we played against USA, we played Greece, Italy, Philippines, and all these other teams. So I had my best game of the tournament against USA. And obviously, I think it was scouts there and people there that was able to see players in the tournament. And then when I went back home after the tournament, my parents just told me that people contact them about me having a chance to come over to the States to continue my education and also basketball. So my parents never really thought twice about it because that was an opportunity that we've been looking for so long. So as soon as I got a chance, we just, worked towards getting the papers done to get me over here.
Opportunities are one thing, but it's never easy to leave home. So for you personally, what was the hardest part of leaving home?
The hardest part of living home for me was just, I think, the family side of it, just knowing that my mom and dad aren't coming with me. That was kind of like the hardest part for me because I was young and I was like, I also used to being around my parents all the time and my brothers and sisters. And then knowing that, like, from then on, I wouldn't even be able to spend my mom's birthday with her, like my brothers and parents and my dad's birthday. Like, I'll have to be here most of the times when they're there celebrating and just doing that by, like, Skype and FaceTime and things like that. So that was, like, the hardest part of for me, just not really being able to be around them all the time and seeing them whenever I want.
How quickly did you start to feel part of the Maryland community, a community that now has clearly embraced you wholeheartedly?
I think Maryland was right away because at that point I was already somebody who I wasn't really shy anymore of being social or anything. Like Maryland was right away because as soon as I came here, I just felt like, yeah, like this is like one of the places where I really was looking for a long time. And the people here just embraced me with open arms right away. The moment I came visit, I could already tell that was like the place I wanted to be. And just like the culture and tradition here kind of also like was like kind of thing that stood out to me. Obviously everybody knows that by now that I'm very loud and energetic and enthusiastic. So like Maryland fans bring all that to the table. So like for me, it wasn't really hard to think about it. So I was just like, yeah, Maryland is the place.
So you fit in with the fan base, and then you go on to have an outstanding freshman year as well. So good that you put your name into the draft so you can get some feedback. You go to the NBA Combine, but then you take the name out before the deadline. What did you learn about yourself at the Combine?
It was just kind of, it was just really the experience itself. I think just me trying to figure out where I stand as far as basketball. And, the things that I need to keep working on and not work on really. But for me, it was just the mindset that I always had about working on my game as much as I can in every aspect of my game. And I think for me, going to the Combine and coming back was more so the experience of it and just being around pros and talk to people there and really listen and hear from them. And that was like the biggest thing with me. And just, like I say all the time in Team Sobe, just keep being myself and bringing energy, things that I do on a daily basis. So like that was really the biggest thing I learned, just consistency, just try to stay consistent and being who I am all the time.
How much has the arrival of Jalen Smith helped you, and in turn, how much have you helped him?
He helped me a lot. I think we complement each other's game in a lot of ways. I think he helps me on the court. Just, you know, taking a lot of weights on my shoulders. He obviously does a great job rebounding the ball, and also on the defensive end. Just his ability to block shots and be there, be a defensive threat. Also, you know, helps me not really being the guy who goes for, you know, every shot, every block shot every time. And just on the offensive end, his ability to score, his versatility and how he's able to just space the floor for me, give me a lot more room to operate, and also get my teammates involved.
Interesting that you say he's taken a lot of weight off your shoulders and that you complement each other. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm guessing that when you're in the weight room, you guys are not generally working with the same amount of lifting.
Nah, he's a freshman. He just came in. He's still trying to work his way up to where I'm at. Nah, I did that already for one summer. That was his only summer. I did for 2 already, so I'm a little ahead of that for him in the weight room, so he got to catch up to that for sure.
That was a very kind, diplomatic answer. All right, Bruno, before we let you go, we always like to have a little bit of fun with our interview subjects. So we're going to play a game here called the Angolan equivalent. I'm going to name a celebrity or an athlete or a city that people in America consider to be widely known or commonplace. I want you to give me the Angolan equivalent. So let's start on the basketball court. In the U.S., most people consider Michael Jordan to be the greatest American basketball player ever. Who's the Angolan equivalent?
I think the Angolan equivalent of that is Jean-Jacques da Conceição, who was like, I think he was named MVP in Africa for many years, and also helped Angola win a lot of titles.
All right, so there's going to be a lot of argument when I say the most famous musician right now in the U.S., because I guess it depends on what people listen to, whether it's Drake, whether it's Beyonce, whether it's somebody else.
Right.
Who's the Angolan equivalent, the most popular musician in that country?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think the Angolan equivalent right now, for this, for like the generation I'm in and the things like the type of music that I listen to, I would say his name is Preto Show, or I think Anselmo Ralph is really known. Like everybody knows him, but he's like from way back and still goes through today. But I would definitely go for like Preto Show and Filho do Zua as of right now.
Yeah, I have both those artists on my iPod playlist in the back. City that defines your country. In America, everybody says New York is the heartbeat of this country. It's the biggest. It's not the capital, but it defines America. What's the Angolan equivalent?
For cities, I think the Angolan equivalent is the capital, Luanda.
And that's your hometown, is it not?
Yeah, that's my hometown.
How would you describe Luanda?
Just very diverse, and you know, I think you can see a mix of like all parts of Angola there. Like everybody kind of like is there, not just for being the capital, but also just for being like the city that it is. It's always busy, and people there is always, you know, just. I think everybody can connect some kind of way. Just whoever is in that city can connect.
All right, last one for you. Most people, I believe, in America would say the ultimate comfort food when they're sitting at home and they want to order, they want to relax, it's pizza. What's the Angolan equivalent?
The Angolan equivalent is, I would say feijoada.
You're going to have to tell me exactly what that is.
Feijoada is like kind of like, you know, it's like rice and also beans mixed with a whole bunch of like, you know, meats like chicken. Some people put sausage in it sometimes, and I don't really know much about food, honestly, but like from what I know, my mom cooks all the time. I would say that's feijoada for sure.
Good stuff. Not only having a lot of fun with Bruno Fernando, but we hope our viewers got an education there as well. Bruno, you've had a terrific season. I wish you the best of luck the rest of this year. Had a lot of fun catching up.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.